that. You have to pay that person to mess up with your hair. Bonjour my beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, thank you for clicking on this video, and if you are a return viewer, thank you again for coming back to the channel. In today's video, I want to share with you some key points, like anybody who want to relax the natural hair. This point they really have to consider before they start this journey. And before we get started, in your way out, if you really enjoy this type of content, please don't forget to give a thumbs up, and also just go subscribe to the channel and be part of the family. One of the most important thing, if you are a natural and you want to relax your hair, you have to make a hair health assessment. You have to assess your hair and also your scalp, because you don't want to start putting a relaxer on your hair when your hair is damaged, is weak, when you have a certain porosity, will lead to breakage when you are starting your relaxed hair journey. Is not something you want to do. So it's really important to check your hair to see if you have things like you can improve. Maybe you need to improve moisture, maybe you need to balance your protein, check your curls pattern, because that will be very important when it's come to choose the type of relaxer you want to apply. So you really have to check the health of your hair. Just don't sleep one night and the next morning go to your beauty store and buy a box of relaxer and you decide, okay, I'll relax my hair today. I think it's something you really have to consider because if you mess up the first step of your relaxed hair journey, I won't say like you won't recover from it, but it would be better if you start your relaxed hair journey properly. When I say properly, by empowering yourself, getting all the information you need. Even though you have a professional, you may have a professional who are willing to do all these steps for you. But I think the best advice is to know exactly what this person is doing, and you can spot for some mistake. The second point is to choose your texture. You have to decide way before you put it a relaxer cream on your hair, which type of relaxed hair you want. Do you want it bone straight? Do you want Texlax? Or you want something between bone straight and Texlax? That's quite important, and that will determine how you will explain what you want to somebody, a professional or a friend, a family, anybody will be helping you on your relaxer day. It's very, very important. And also you need to know exactly how to take care of this type of texture. You don't want to Texlax. Like myself, I had this happen to me. By mistake, my hair has been Texlax, and I didn't know that Texlax hair is such a dry texture. It's dry, it's always dry. You put more moisture, it's dry. It's an endless desert type of hair. At least it was my case. So know your texture and know how to take care of this texture even before you put a relaxer cream on your head. And actually that was the third point, how to take care of this choosing texture. You don't want to be taken by surprise and have to deal with it, doesn't know what to do. And trust me, not every hair stylist is a hair carer, okay? Because I have some very bad experience in the past, and I can speak for myself, and I've had a lot of ladies even on YouTube come speak for themselves when they think like somebody which is the professional will be able to help them, but actually they have been misled. And after all that, you can choose your relaxer. And you know there is more than 3 types of relaxer. I know you know about light relaxer, no light relaxer, there is low light relaxer, and there is stereo relaxer, and all the Japanese and Asian, all type of other relaxer. But us black people, we focus more on light relaxer and no light relaxer, apart from the one who decide to go for keratin treatment. I will never call keratin treatment a relaxer, but you need to choose your type of relaxer, and you will be able to do that when you know exactly what type of scalp you have and what type of hair you have. And always, if you're going for a relaxer, from my experience, I will advise that to never go for the highest strength. You don't need that. The relaxer already is a chemical treatment, and you don't need to overdo it. You don't need to overkill it. Any simple relaxer, in my experience, I consider myself like somebody who have one of the coarsest hair, and trust me, a low strength relaxer is always work well on my head. Even if somebody's applying for me or applying for myself, it make application easier. I take my time and I know I won't burn my scalp, because if you burn your scalp, darling, it's not only you burn your scalp, but you damaging your hair follicles. So this is why it's very important to choose your relaxer carefully. You can ask for advice, you can use Google to do your research. Ask somebody you trust, like somebody you see who has some beautiful hair. So don't go asking anybody, because some people, they giving advice but they never know how to take care of their hair, and they are the one who give us advice. So just trying to be careful with that. Do your research. Search for a relaxer which is moisturizing, as our hair is very dry all the time. A very moisturizing and nourished relaxer. I know it sounds a bit like an oxymoron, because they say, well, relaxers just sweep everything off our hair and this and that, but I really don't believe that, because it's a formula and they can put some very good hydrating a ingredient in them in order to help a freshly relaxed hair. So do your research, be wise, ask question. Don't go sitting on somebody's chair and the person will put any type of relaxer they want to, because that's what they have, you know. Be an actor in your hair journey, and that starts since the beginning. Relax a day. And the fifth point, I really fall short from it when I relax my hair for the second time. Okay, that's a very long story. You have to get a professional help if you don't know how to relax a virgin hair. That's very, very important. It's not because you see somebody putting the relaxer on their hair and it look good and you think this person knows how to put a relaxer on virgin hair. That happened to me. I asked a friend, she's very good. She even was working in a salon, and I asked her to do my virgin relaxer, because where I'm living in England is a predominantly white area. There is no black salon. There is nowhere I can go and sit down and talk to the person, make an assessment to see if the person is able to do my hair or not. I couldn't do that. I couldn't find anything like that. And all the white salon I go and I ask, and the lady, they were very nice, but they were really afraid of saying yes to me, and after they would mess up with my hair. So I traveled down to Paris and I asked my friend, you know what, put that relaxer for me, no. And she really wanted to do it. But what happened? And I didn't know at the time. I just sit there, I wasn't looking. And she started putting the relaxer right on the ends of my hair. It's just like you see a bunch of afro hair, and the person start putting it all on the top of the surface, and that's a big no. And you expected somebody who know about hair to do that. So this is why it's very good, like you ask a professional, and if you can go to see what type of service this person is providing to other people in order for you to choose that person. You don't just go sitting there and let the person do whatever they want. So that's my lesson. Not because somebody called themselves a professional, a hairdresser, means the person know how to apply a relaxer on a virgin hair. And if you have to do it on your own, I will advise you, there's countless of video on YouTube where the ladies, they doing their own hair. And if you know what to do, and you can get somebody else in for the person to help you, to guide you, but you know exactly, like you should not apply this relaxer at the ends of your hair nor at the roots. It has to be right in the middle. There is a point in the middle, you know, and that's the section the relaxer has to go in. So if you know that, already is a plus, because if you're sitting on somebody's chair and you see this person start to do this chigemanga on your hair and you say, no, I'm very sorry, no, stop it, I don't want it to be like that, you have to voice. Because one of the things, like, we get very intimidated by hairdressers, because I've seen it so many times, and I talked to so many ladies who had the same experience. Like, you sit on these people's chair and you have to shut it. They don't want you to ask questions, they don't want you to talk. If you talk, they think you are rude, and they say, oh, you know what, I've been doing hair for 1 century, how dare you asking me? Yeah, they don't say oh dare you, but you can see in this person's attitude, the person is not happy. Like, you come to say, you know what, that's it, I want you to do my hair in a certain way. So It's a very tricky, like, to not let yourself be intimidated, because my darling, if this person mess up with your hair, trust me, this hair, you have to wear it on your head. It's not the person. And on plus of that, you have to pay that person to mess up with your hair. That happened to me. So just get a professional who knows what to do, how to do his or her job properly, or get help from friends or family. But you, my darling, you have to know how to do a relaxer on a virgin hair. And my last point, my love, is to keep it simple. Build a regimen and keep it simple. A relaxed hair care journey can be so rewarding. Like for now, I'm dealing with a setback, but it wasn't a setback from neglect. It is a setback from postpartum shedding, and that's really is it could happen even if I was natural. So it's not about care, about neglect, it's just the way things are. So by keeping your relaxed hair regimen or journey simple, you will have so much joy. Don't complicate things. Look into ingredient instead of brand. Educate yourself if you want to do your own hair. And even though you're going to a professional to do your hair, my darling, I will advise you, please know exactly what it is into the box of taking care of relaxed hair, because that happened to me in the past. I grew some beautiful hair, and when I cannot find a hairdresser to taking care of my hair, because my hairdresser, I left her in Dominican Republic, my love, my hair will become a mess. I start losing my hair because I did not know what to do. I never asked her the product she was using. I never asked her anything because I took her for granted. I took her care for granted. So I did not empower myself by educate myself how to take care of my relaxed hair. That was a lesson learned. I wish you a lot of success into your relaxed hair journey, and please, I can come up with 20, 30 points, but I think this one are the most important thing to consider if you want to start a relaxed hair journey and you have a natural afro hair. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate also the notification bell, like you won't miss any of my update. And I will see you very soon in another video. Bye.